Greetings, RC model geeks, and here we are in the shed yet again for part 27 of the Sarik Hobbies de Havilland, Canada Chipmunk build. Right, it's not a bit long video today. It is a Sunday after all. And yeah, today I thought I would focus on the fuselage and looking at getting the rudder and horizontal stabilizer mounted. So let's have a look on the drawing and see what it's about. Hopefully we can see that in the camera. It's this part here is what we've got to look at first. There's the rudder, but we've got to do this dorsal fin that runs along there and then joins up to the rudder there. It goes all the way along here. Now, as you know, I'm making the canopy sliding like on the full size, and we're going to be using pretty much the full size method of making that sliding. Now on the Chipmunk, this dorsal fin here isn't really anything to do with aerodynamics. That's not what it was about. That dorsal fin is actually the runner for the canopy. The canopy over here mounts into a track which runs all the way along to there. So when you slide the canopy back, you know, the canopy almost goes to the tail. And that's what this dorsal was for. It was to keep the... It's basically... it's completely parallel with the mountings for the canopy itself. So the canopy just slides straight back. It doesn't go down or anything like that. It was completely deliberate so that the canopy slides straight back. And so the height of that was dictated by making the canopy slide parallel. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put a track in here. You see, I've already marked on the drawing here these black lines, the bit of wood I need to cut, or the size of it, and then our track is going to glue on top of that and then disappear off into the fuselage here where the canopy is. The mounting was at the back of the canopy. So that is what we're going to do. Simple, isn't it? We've got to get this done because we can't mount anything else otherwise. We can't join the fuselage halves together until we've done all the rudder and horizontal stab and everything. So, you know, let's get on with it. Okay, I have been busy. Didn't really make any video of actually making this part. It was a bit of experimentation, so it went through a few iterations to come up with the best method. But basically what I've used is this U channel here. I don't know if that will focus on it. There you go, see, that's a U. And I've put two bits of that, well, that bit of wood I showed you earlier, that shape that I was going to cut out, is here. And you can see that bit of wood goes all the way along there. And then what I've done is I've stuck two bits of this U-channel onto it like that. So if we look down, well, if we look down that side, whether it will focus, let's see. Get my big hand in there, it might do. It's a bit flared out there, isn't it? But you can see there's two bits stuck face to face, so it creates a slot that something can run in, yeah, and then it can slide up and down. It's exactly the same as on the full-size Chipmunk. Okay, and then that has to go in the fuselage. So here is our fuselage. Now I've cut a slot in here because this basically goes down inside the fuselage, so when it gets to about here it should be flush with the top of the fuselage. So let me find the rudder. Where are you, rudder? Oh, there it is. It was hiding in the canopy. Right. So a rudder slots in here like that. Okay. And then a dorsal fin is going to butt up to the rudder, and this is going to sit down inside like that. So basically we end up with something like that. Yeah. Once you get it right. So there's a track, then there's canopy. I haven't cut the canopy out yet, so can't really demonstrate it, but the canopy is going to run in this groove. Pretty good, I say. So now we've got all that done. I'm not going to do it today. Oh, the other thing I'm going to do over here, this this rear, there would have been a cover. Alright, and I'll probably make that out of litho plate or something, just curved round or whatever, to go over there. Haven't really decided yet, but that's pretty much what I'm thinking I'm going to do, is a litho plate cover. But yes, so now we can get on with gluing in the rudder and probably looking at putting in the horizontal stabiliser. I had a quick play around with it. Here is the horizontal stabiliser there. So we'll put that camera down a bit, shall we? See if we get a bit more of the shot. There you go. So there's the horizontal stabiliser. That's going in there. Then the rudder basically pretty much slots through there like that and makes that whole assembly up. We've got to cut some wood that is the same shape as the underneath of this this horizontal stab to fill in the gaps. We've got to fill in the gaps here and here as well. Yeah, now this hole down here is to clear the that crank that we made, remember, a couple of days ago. This crank here, that's all got to go through the elevator. And that's going to sit through there like that. There it is. Yeah, and then this lot, that's going to sit on the back there. It's all jiggery pokery to get it to all go together. but that's what it's like. So that lot is something like that. It's all a bit unknown at the moment. Basically, you've got to glue this lot together before you put the halves together, because you just can't get it all through and lined up and connected up until it's together. So yeah, I mean that's sort of how it's going. Very roughly. But like I said, we need to split the halves. Remember, these halves are only a double-sided taped together at the moment. But that is for another day. Now, I did also this morning, it was just doing little gribbly bits when I had the chance today, because I've had other things to do. Let's get rid of that and that and that. I started to sand down these the beach crutch, because that was sticking proud in some areas, so I had to start working that down. Now if I'd tried to sand that with a sanding block, it would have been there forever and would have started cutting into the balsa. So I used a drum on the Dremel and just went along and took it off as much as I could. Now, I mean, it doesn't matter if you go a little bit below, because you can always, fill it or whatever, but the main thing is you don't want it proud. Proud is the worst thing. And I've still got a little bit where it's proud up here, but such is life. You've just got to keep working on it. So yeah, obviously I had to cut a hole in here, in the rear decking, hole in there. Yeah, that's pretty much what we've done today, and that's as much as we're going to do. What else did I do? Oh, I put some sanding sealer onto this this flap here. Gave it a quick sand over. That's the first flap that we made, not the second one. So that's that could be covered actually when it takes my fancy. So we can do that as well sometime. Here is the flap and aileron that I made yesterday. Let's put the camera back up a bit. So that's the one I made yesterday. It's still in one piece at the moment. We've got to cut down through that that centre there to make the two parts. But that is all good. And that's it. Somebody's bound to ask, what was this U channel that I used? And it's the same stuff that I used on the canopy rails up here. And it's this stuff. I don't know whether that will show in the camera. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's Plastrut U section, and it says 4.8. I don't know, let's put some glasses on. 4.8mm, 3/16. 90584. Cat number UFS6. And that's pretty much what I used for the whole thing. So 2 strips up in along the canopy, and 2 strips down this U section. Oh, yeah, you can see I made it there. Down this dorsal fin, sorry. Yeah, so basically we're either going to have like a T-piece that will slide in there or something like that. I haven't quite worked that out yet, but you know, something is going to ride in that slot, basically. I mean, it could be a screw, for example. I have a screw here, and as you can see, that will quite easily fit in there and ride up and down. But we could certainly have something with a much bigger head than that, because that is quite loose in there. Probably get away with an M3 in there, an M3 screw. Let's see if we've got one knocking around, shall we? We can just try it. They're sort of odd shaped ones. Yeah. No. Oh, next week, Lidl's have got storage bins for sale. Different types of storage bin, you know, that you mount on the on your wall. So I might get some of those. Right, now that one, that's an M3, and that's a little bit tight in there. Probably a 2.5. Still works. It just makes horrible noise. Probably an M2.5 would work well in there. Like I said, that's an M3, and that's a little bit tight. But that is the principle. You're going to have some kind of T-nut or something that runs up and down there, and that's going to hold the rear of the canopy on. So there you go, that's it. Short video today. Like I said, had other things to do. Don't forget the big shed fund. You know, the shed has got to happen, and it will happen. But the quicker it happens, the better, of course. So then we can build the next project, or the next projects that are coming along. And don't forget, go and have a look at Sarik Hobbies website, see what they've got on there. You never know, you might just find something you like. And don't forget, yawn. Don't forget to mention RC Model Geeks if you buy something from them. Right, see you all in the next video, hopefully tomorrow. We're slowly creeping up on this, so soon be flying, fingers crossed. Bye!
Thank you for watching Captain Rob's RC Model Geeks. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click that like button. If you want to see more of the same type of videos, don't forget you can subscribe. If you want to support us, you can use PayPal, paypal.me/RC Model Geeks. If you want to contact us, you can email us rcmodelgeeks@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.